Hey there, Chris Gamble from Customised here for another live episode of the Home Tech Half Hour. Episode 7, getting close to double figures. We've got big plans from episode 10 onwards. I might share that with you in upcoming episodes. So, Saturday afternoon, in our offices again as usual. Slightly different episode today. We didn't do the Twitter poll. We decided that we would link it in with an event we have today at our offices. We do monthly events here on products that we have on display. If you watch our Facebook and Instagram post, you would have seen we did a Sonos event, which was very successful last month. Today we're doing an event that features Logitech products. So we're huge fans of the Logitech smart home devices, and we're going to look at 3 of those today. We're going to start with the Logitech Harmony remote controls and their Harmony hub. We're then going to look at Logitech Pop buttons, and finally we're going to look at Logitech Circle 2 security cameras. We're going to do our tech Q&A and our tech tip as well if we get time at the end. So apologies for the delay in starting today. Just had some customers came in, but we're ready to go now. So, as usual, I'm going to flip the camera backwards and forwards, reposition it to look at some products that we've got going. First thing I'm going to show you is the Logitech Harmony remote control. So, I'll do it this side on. So, this is a Logitech Harmony 950 remote control. Nice, attractive touchscreen on top, showing us, in this status, it's showing us the activities that we've got available, and you can see it goes to sleep when it's not been pressed or lifted for a while. But this is showing me things like watch TV, watch Apple TV, play Xbox, and those are activities that we've set up for single button press control of multiple devices. So an activity like play Xbox would be turns on the television, switches it to HDMI 1, powers on the Xbox, and within a few seconds you're welcomed by the home screen of Xbox. If you wanted to change activity and say watch Apple TV, it would power off the Xbox, switch the television to HDMI 2, power on Apple TV, and you would again be welcomed with the familiar home screen of Apple TV. And that, as many activities as you wish to have, really. I think from memory, it's unlimited activities on a Logitech Harmony. On the remote control, you've also got some hard buttons like play, pause, left, right, up, down button, enter, and you've also got the red, yellow, green, blue buttons, and a few other functions at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but some of them can be used to control a light switch or a plug socket, and the plus and minus keys might dim a light up and down. One omission from this keypad is that it doesn't have a numbers keypad. Because of the display, it's meant that this particular keypad doesn't have a numerical 1 to 0 keypad arrangement. But when you're watching TV, it does allow you to use the touch screen. Comes up with your 1 to 0 layout, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to flick the camera around to show an activity running. So let me just reposition the camera. So we've got our, just above the Xbox there, we've got a Logitech Harmony hub, and you may see it light up in a minute. So that's on the right hand side on the top shelf there. And if you've watched our shows, you'll be familiar with this view with our Sonos Playbase, our Panasonic 4K screen, Xbox, Apple TV, and our Logitech hub. So I'm going to press the first activity, which is just watch TV. That's a very simple one that it's only going to turn the television on to the free view or TV source. So watch TV, We get a little bit of feedback of what it's doing. Starting the Panasonic. And it's come on at BBC One HD. So I've got volume control, mute, unmute, channel up and down. Please leave any comments as well if you've been watching the Winter Olympics, guys, and tell me what's been the highlight for you so far. It's good to see Team GB getting on the medals table. So when I'm watching TV, it changes the touchscreen to give me some presets, and I can see the familiar icons for some of the UK TV channels here. When you set it up, say for example you had Sky, you can have icons, you know, for Sky Sports News, Sky Box Office, Sky One. The icons are available through the Logitech setup. So if I hit a hotkey, channel 5, it punches in 105. I press BBC One, punches in numbers 101 for me. So we talked about not having that numerical keypad, and that's one of the reasons why it's not always necessary, because you can have presets for channels. But you can, if you swipe the touchscreen, you can pull up the numerical keypad, and if I put channel 106, which is an unavailable channel, BBC 4 HD, if I put 104, I can change it. I could manually put in a channel. So that was a simple activity that didn't really test the Logitech in any great way. I was just pulling up the TV. So let me go to another activity, which is actually going to do some HDMI switching of the screen and power on some set-top boxes. So if I go to play Xbox, so you can see I've got that little graphical icon starting the activity. Xbox is powered on and the TV is switched to HDMI 1, and we can see our Xbox controls there. Without even reaching for the Xbox control pad, I can use the remote control to navigate around the Xbox. So I'm still not having to use, you know, if I load up we use the Xbox a lot for Blu-ray. So I can use this as a you know, remote control for my Xbox. I don't have to have the control keypad on me just to maybe pull up an app like the Blu-ray app or BBC iPlayer app or Netflix app, for example. So this is going to load up a Blu-ray that's in the disc slot. Look, I'm in trouble. Oh no, I'm going to go to federal prison here. Okay, so play and pause. I've got things like that. So right, so then we've done Xbox and we want to go to another activity. We just press the activities button here and we're going to watch Netflix. You may have heard it if the audio picked it up there. The Xbox is powered off. We heard that little chime that it gives. And Watch Netflix has opened up the smart hub features, smart TV features within the Panasonic screen. And now the remote control allows me to navigate, you know, the familiar controls of the TV are now presented to me on the remote control. Previously it was controlling the Xbox, now it's back to controlling the Panasonic. It knows what devices are needed for the activity, so it alters the remote control for you. So I've got all my controls for Netflix. I'm going to show you one more activity, that's watch Apple TV. So it's turning the HDMI input of the TV to HDMI 2. It's powered on Apple TV, and again, like I said, it picks up where we were previously on Apple TV. Okay, the reason it went, it's not, the TV hadn't gone off there, it's our, it's the TV automatically sensing a 4K signal, so it just, that was something the TV did to optimize the image displayed on the screen there. So again, we've got a familiar Apple TV, and now when I use the navigation buttons, what was previously controlling Netflix, or previously before that controlling the Xbox, it's now the controls, the up, down, left, right, enter for Apple TV. When I want to turn off all the devices, I have a top hard button on here that just says off. That will turn off everything, TV, Xbox if it was left on, Apple TV. We've told that to stay on. The reason we like it staying on is we do use Apple TV as a hub for Apple HomeKit, and I just find it's a bit more beneficial to leave Apple TV on, but that's my own personal preference here. And you can do that. You can do that from when you do the setup, or if you have a Logitech professional installer like ourselves, you can. We would do those kind of setups for you and discuss with you exactly what your preferences are if something needs to be left on. Another example is a skybox may be shared between two screens, and it would be unhelpful for others in the home if when you in the living room pressed TV off or the hard button off, that it turned off the skybox that next door's kids' playroom was sharing the viewing of it. So you can say a device, stay permanently on or power off, depending on the button press. So just a quick question we've had in here: is this remote control using IP? It is for some things. So the control that we had of the Xbox was using IP controls. Apple TV was also using IP controls, but the Logitech setup can use infrared, IP, which is over your router, internet type communication, radio frequency, so it's not about line of sight control of the TV. You could do it from another room, press that button, and it would pass through the walls within reasonable distance limitations. So expect coverage of about 10 meters on the remote control. So that's some of the ways that it controls. And IP is used also for smart home controls and controlling Logitech lights, Nest thermostats, maybe Lutron blinds and lights if you've got those kind of systems. And it uses IP as well to control Sonos. So I can also use voice control with my Logitech setup. So if I flip the camera back round and we shout at Madam A, Alexa, turn on Apple TV. She has blanked me there. Alexa, turn on Apple TV.
Okay.
So I must have said it nicer the second time. So using an Alexa skill associated with my Logitech Harmony remote control, I've asked Madam A to turn on Apple TV. That's convenient if you were. So this is doing this thing again. We've found Apple TV to be a little bit of a pest. With it just refreshes the video on the TV. So that's something that we'll investigate, and so that this doesn't happen for clients. So yeah, using Amazon Echo devices, and in fact what I yelled at there was a Sonos One speaker, and the skills are enabled for Logitech to listen to voice commands. So let's try that again, something else. Alexa, turn on Watch TV.
Sorry, I didn't find Watch TV.
She is. Alexa, turn on TV.
I'm having
See
trouble
how-
watching Logitech Harmony.
Right, last chance. Alexa, turn on Xbox.
Okay.
So again, this is the reality. You have to get your phrases correct with voice control. Let's bring the tech tip now. Get to know your voice commands in the home. You have to remember what you've called devices. I've control stuff in my house. I've control stuff here, and for customers, I have to have like a mental library of all the different services we control via voice. But that's the reality. You have to know what you've called things. You have to know what the activity's called. Logitech do make it simple that you can just use, like a single word. So instead of, watch Apple TV, you could say, turn on Apple TV, and it would run that activity. And that is part of the setup as well. You can set some like tags to the activity so that it's maybe not as lengthy a voice command. With the Logitech Harmony setup we've got here, which is the hub and the remote control, we've also got app control of the system. I don't use the app so much now that we've got voice control. I do find us using that more, and the handheld remote control is probably the most convenient and tactile way to do it. But we do on occasions use the app for if we've lost the remote, we're in another room, we don't have voice control available. But I also use the app for editing activities. So again, even the homeowner would use this to maybe add an additional light to come on for an activity like watch Apple TV. You might want the table lamps to dim down if you have Philips Hue lamps, or you might want the color to change if you've got some Philips Hue strips mounted around your screen. A lot of customers are requesting some backlighting on the television. So the app is still relevant, but my preference is definitely the remote. The voice control is great for triggering an activity, less so convenient for shouting out channel numbers, and so the handheld remote control still has a big role to play. Just to finish on the price before we move on to the next Logitech product. Price of what we've got on display here is the Harmony Elite. That's the hub and the remote control. We're selling that at $279, and we're doing a professional installation of that to give a total price of £400, and we can do that for you. We keep that in stock. We can do that very quickly if it was requested. Other products that Logitech remote controls offer, you can buy the hub only, which normally retails at £99. We typically set that up in less than 30 minutes for you. The hub's a good starting point to just have app and voice control, and you can always upgrade and add a remote control later. The next package up is another remote control, but it doesn't have the touch screen. So it's just a full hard button remote. Comes in price wise more like $119, so hub and remote, and that's called the Harmony Companion. So those are your smart Harmony remote controls to choose from. If you look on that logitech.com website, you may see other remote controls, but they may be limited in that they do not work with the hub, therefore they might not control your smart home devices. Okay, so let's move on now to Logitech Pop, which has been in the Twitter poll for such a long time. It never got the vote, so I thought this is a perfect chance to show you Logitech Pop. So let me move the tripod, okay? So I'm just going to take this with me, and then I'm going to spin it around here. So what you see on the wall here is a battery-powered stick on the wall smart button, available in a range of colors, and we've gone with like a space grey, but I think there's white, there's a coral sort of pinky red one, there's also a green colour. There's a bit of fun, a bit of colour to your home. We've been really dull and gone with grey, so apologies for being boring. So the Logitech Pop does need a hub. So when you buy this Logitech Pop, starter kit. It comes with a hub that connects to Wi-Fi and then can control multiple pop buttons. Pop button is multifunctional, that it has three styles of presses you can do: a single press, a double press, and a press and hold. So I've programmed this particular button for today just to show some different scenarios that we use it for. And then I'll show you another button that we've got that we've actually configured it to control Apple HomeKit scenes. So the Logitech Pop kit is also Apple Home compatible. So let me show you a simple function we've set up. So a single press will turn off a light, single press turns that light back on. So that's showing Logitech Pop controlling a Philips Hue lamp. Now I could have that controlling 2 or 3 lamps, the ceiling lights, maybe, you know, I can keep adding as many lights as I want to control to that particular action. If you imagine that is maybe beside your bedside table and it turns on the two reading lamps beside your bed at home without having light switches wired to the location. It's a simple button for controlling lights. So in this case, Philips Hue lights. It could equally control Lutron products and LIFX as well, LIFX. They're compatible with the button. So we're going to next do a long press, and this should trigger a scene on the Logitech Harmony. So you might have heard the little chime there of the Xbox. So that's triggered a scene on Logitech Harmony. Okay. And if I'll just give that a chance to just power up, but then if I press and hold again, it will stop that scene. Again, this could be really convenient for a bedroom, on your bedside table, coffee table in your lounge, or a little side table beside your sofa. It might just be an easy way to just get things started. So a press and hold might turn on the TV, adjust the lights, close the blinds, turn the thermostat down. If that is an activity within your Harmony hub. So if I then press and hold, that should turn off the activity. There we go, TV's off, Xbox off. So really, really simple controls for a TV. That press and hold might have shut down a whole room if that was the activity that your installer of the Harmony hub and remote control had set up. It would have shut down the whole room. So another thing that we're going to do, we'll show you the double press. So let me just put on some music. Let me put on something decent. Right, so we've got some music playing on the play base there. If I double tap, we've paused, double tap, we're playing again. So I put a selection of presses there. So a single press was the light, double tap was some music, and long press and release was a activity on my Harmony hub. So I've done that. It's just gonna send that command and then our TVs come on. So some really cool functions there from a Logitech Pop button. Last thing I'm going to show you on the Logitech Pop is, let me just focus in on this one. So we've got one beside our normal light switch here in the office, And we use this to turn all the lights off or on in the office. So if I come in on these lights up here, press and hold, should turn off all the lamps, desk lamps. If I do a single press, let's see if we can get, so ceiling lights, desk lamps, and right throughout the office all the lights have come on. I've also got a double press which sets a different scene in this particular room. The ceiling lamps lights go off and our two lamps, and the colour changes on the LED strip. So that's actually initiating Apple Home scenes using HomeKit compatibility of the Logitech Pop. So any questions on the Logitech Pop, let me know. And I would highly recommend having a play about with them if you're looking for a new bit of tech for your home. Logitech Pop is really fun. Great for controlling the lights particularly. We've put one in our son's bedroom and it's given him some fun controls of his light, and having some presets for changing the colour as well for bedtime and things like that, and reading. So Logitech Pop, I think the starter kit at the moment as low as £70 on Amazon, 2 buttons and the hub. You can add the buttons for as low as, I think, like £13-14. So have a play with that. And if you do any things with Pop and you want to share it with us, tag us on Instagram, mention us in a Facebook post, and we'll join in with the conversation, because we'd really like to see some of our viewers using smart home products, and maybe explain to us maybe the problems. This is a big thing that we're here to help you with. Any home tech problems, ask Customised, and also tell us the things that it's providing that are good fun, or maybe from a safety point of view you're using home tech to give you alerts on things like flood detection, smoke detection, heat, carbon monoxide, humidity, things like that. So please share with us any home tech stuff that you're doing at home. Final product then, because I'm also conscious we're running on time, up against our time here, is the Logitech Circle camera. So this little white device down here is Logitech Circle Full HD camera. We've got it on an indoor stand here. The yellow ring means that I'm just not recording to the cloud, or I've got it in like a privacy mode. When it's out of privacy mode, then there's no colour backlight on it. Reasonably good night vision camera, so you'll get maybe 10 meters of night vision range off of it. We use it to get alerts from the office if there's motion detected. And the Logitech app for the cameras is really cool, that it provides you with a daily highlights reel of what's happened in your office. This camera is actually rated for outdoor as well, so it has like this silicone rubber finish on it, and you can also have that outdoors. But I would pay attention to where you've located that. I wouldn't put it in any under a dripping gutter that it's just going to get soaked with water. I would pay attention to where you mount it, but again, that's another reason for getting a professional to install your tech. They'll be aware of the best places to have that. The camera we like about it is got some really cool mounting options. You can mount it in a window with an accessory that has like a sucker that sticks onto your window, and there's also a plug mount accessory which allows you to not have this little bracket on the bottom. It just clicks directly into a 13 amp socket, so you may have like a higher level socket in a kitchen, and you could have that above counter socket in the kitchen, plug in a camera to it, and you'll be able to maybe get some footage of your pets or anybody coming into the kitchen to steal cookies, things like that. So let me just AirPlay very quickly. So here's a test. Let's go Harmony. So now I'm using the Harmony app. Okay. So I'm going to watch Apple TV. This is going to change. Then I'm going to AirPlay the Logitech app up onto the screen. So most of your viewing of Logitech Circle will be via their app. So let me open up the app. Now you're going to see me. Let me mirror this to Apple TV. Okay, so there's us live on Facebook. And you can see the wide angle we've got of our camera. If I have other cameras we have another one through the back, I can go live to our sort of like meeting room. And this is the highlights. So I talked about this highlights. Tap to generate your day brief. That creates like a short video of everything that's, you know, some motion detection, some any events throughout the day. I've had it on privacy, so I haven't needed to. It hasn't captured anything today, but outside of work hours, then we put it on to be capturing motion and out of privacy mode. So the Logitech Circle 2 camera, and indoor and outdoor camera, full HD picture quality, excellent app, very easy to use app for any homeowner, regardless of their tech savviness. And for me, that's a big thing, because we've had customers struggle with traditional professional cameras with horrible user interfaces, horrible apps, difficult to play back any recordings. If you're just looking for a simple home monitoring camera for indoor and outdoor, Logitech Circle 2 it's just a perfect product for most homeowners. Should you need more features from your cameras, better night vision, you want a hard drive to record footage and not be based on cloud recording, then yeah, there's other systems for that, professional camera systems. So look for a CCTV installer in your area that can help with that. Price wise, we're doing the Logitech Circle $169, and typical install for clients coming in at about $225 for camera and install and set up, and show you how to work it. If you own a Circle 2, a cool skill to enable is if you have an Echo Show, so you've got to keep buying more tech, but if you buy an Echo Show, you can say to it, show me the media room. Look back on some previous videos we've done, because we did show that before, where you can say, Echo, show me the media room, show me the meeting room, show me outdoors, show me the garage. And it will link up with the Logitech skill and show you that on your little Echo Show, if you had that maybe in a kitchen or bedroom. Again, just a convenient way to monitor your cameras. So we're running up on our time here. We're going to skip the tech Q&A and the tech tip. We covered that already. Just to re-emphasize the tech tip, get to know your voice commands, get to know what you've called activities. You saw it real time. Even one of the top geeks in the home tech market didn't get the voice command right. Echo told me to go whistle. So you've got to know what you've called things, and that is not that familiar for homeowners, and that's where the remote control still has a lot of mileage. So that was episode 7 of the Home Tech Half Hour. I've been Chris Gamble. Any questions and comments that I've missed, I'm going to look through them, and I'll deal with them after the show. So thank you for tuning in. If you're local, you're watching this live, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. we've got our Logitech event at our showroom. 2A High Street in Loddon, 10 miles south of Norwich. It's a nice sunny day. Come and enjoy some of the tech, and we'll show you how to control your home with Logitech. Take care guys, thank you for watching, all the best.